Hello everybody! It's your old pal Tuna here and welcome back to another video. I am not going to waste any time today because today we are prepping for the biggest convention of my year, every single year, and that is the Vancouver Comic Arts Festival. It is a 2-day comics festival celebrating all things zines, indie comics, stickers, prints, all that fun stuff. If this is your first time here, yes, hello, my name is Tuna. I'm an illustrator from Canada, and I make videos all about my life as a full-time artist. Right now, I am knee-deep in basically my busiest convention season, so if you were not aware, this is number 4 out of 5 over 7 weekends for me. And yes, I am a little bit tired, but we are going to keep moving fast. It is 2 days to the convention now, and obviously, because I've been doing a lot of conventions over the past few weeks already, there isn't a ton of prep that I have to do, but because this is my favorite, my biggest convention of the year, we're gonna do a little bit of updating to some of the signage. We're gonna pre-pack some merchandise just so that while we're on the floor, we don't have to do as much work. I'm gonna tell you guys all about one of the best items that you can have at your table. Pack up, get ready, and tomorrow night we're gonna go set up for Saturday and Sunday. Now, I don't ordinarily do a lot of pre-packaging for my products before going to a show. Part of this is because I really have been downsizing on the amount of packaging that I generally have for my items, but for these tiny little zines, I happen to have these really nice plastic sleeves that are the perfect size, and because they're so small, probably better to protect them. But the main event here that I have called you pre-VanCAF to discuss is an item that I highly recommend you have at your table if you have the means to, and that is grab bags. Now, if you are a consumer of goods, you may be aware that the blind box / grab bag delivery system of items to consumer is extremely popular now, whether that's for children's toys or for Pop Mart style figures. And they're a wonderful item to have at your table if you do have some old stock that you're looking to move, and if you're really just more focused on getting rid of those items than trying to make back as much profit as possible. So I have a handful of sticker designs that I've kind of phased out, a couple of patches left over from previous series, and some enamel pins that were seconds grade or not 100% perfect for whatever reason. And I ended up getting 27 grab bags out of this batch that were $70 worth of items, and I priced them at $20. Now, the thing about grab bags is before you do an event, be sure to check on the rules of the event. Grab bags are sort of considered to be a gambling item, depending on the definition of the city or state or country that you are in. So I believe in BC, the laws are pretty loose for that, but in Alberta, where I have previously vended, grab bags are either banned or there are specific rules as to how they must be labeled, hence why part of the reason why I'm putting labels describing the interior. So look into that before you bring grab bags to a show. But that's all that I have to say about grab bags. Burning the midnight oil, putting a few pins on pin backs before bed, but looking forward to the show coming soon. Hello everyone, good morning. It is Friday, midday now, as I actually just finished editing the OdaFest vlog that you may or may not have watched last week, and I've been multitasking, prepping for VanCAF, which officially starts tonight actually. The setup is graciously the night before. It's for anything more than a one-day show, like I will take advantage of a night before setup when I can, because any extra sleep that I can get before going and standing on the floor for, it's pretty reasonable. I think it's 7 hours a day for VanCAF versus the 10 hours a day we were doing over at OdaFest. But I will catch all the Z's that are thrown my way. I am almost done now with prep, I would say. I'll take you on a little tour in just a second. One of the last things I have to do is make sure that I bring enough prints to accommodate people's needs. And I'm mostly kind of like restocking from the unpacking that I did after I got back from OdaFest and doing a little bit of advanced prep like I mentioned. Let me show you. I've been working hard to clear things out of this morning's complete disaster that was going on, and I've got a lot of the merchandise down to this pile. A lot of the display stuff and tote bags are over here, and all my empty suitcases ready to be packed. So I don't know if we've ever really talked about how I organize my merchandise. It's all very slapdash, which is, you know, just the best way to do it. Like, it's constantly evolving, so at the end of the day, what works when it works is the best thing for me. This is where I keep all of my vinyl stickers. They are all roughly 3 inches, and you can see them tucked in. There's 3 designs per pocket, and nope, they're not labeled. I have no idea which ones are in which pocket, and I figure it out as people ask me to buy them. Works for me. Still need to find a home for the sticker books. I actually had some fun in making a relatively nice looking first page for the demo page, as the last one that I had that was a demo, I don't know what happened to it, and it was not nearly so cute on the inside. I'm also really low on sticker books. They've been a great selling item. They unfortunately cost me about $5 a unit to actually produce, and because they're so small, I have to just sell them for 10, which means they do sell pretty quickly, but the profit margin's not very high, and I am seeing more and more creators make them lately, so I'm thinking I'm gonna phase them out, but it's not a sure thing. Maybe a different design, I don't know, we'll see. Just some business cards going on here. In here, I have pre-sleeved all of my cute little positively prehistoric zines just to make sure that they're nice and protected, leaving one, of course, as the demo. And isn't it satisfying how perfectly they fit inside this box? Underneath, we have the base storage for my enamel pins. These are my itty bitty kitty pins. Each little tray has separated by the colorway, the design, and then the little post card backs fit really perfectly into these front areas, and I also tuck any seconds that I find while I am serving customers, which is just ones that have flaws that I feel are a little too egregious, which happens kind of a lot. Sorry to my supplier. And I also took the time to actually put a bunch of them on the card backs before this show, which I usually don't do because I just do it to order. But VanCAF, historically, I've been really slammed with busyness at certain times, and I don't want to be wasting time actually prepping the products. Up next, this is the new and improved sticker sheet storage system, because my adorable box that I was using, my cardboard box that was a toy box, fell apart, finally gave up the ghost and had to be sacrificed to the recycling bin gods. And unfortunately, with the consideration of more travel in the future, I wanted to get something a little bit more robust. So it is now made of plastic. It's a pretty good snug fit. Still some room for some more stuff on this side. And you can see I use these really funny SpongeBob like label tag thingies, page tags, to separate them all in designs. Over here, I also need to come up with some storage for these new patches that I'm going to be launching, and then the grab bags will probably be in this one too. Haven't quite decided. This is my personal effects. This is like my stationery kit. It's got scissors, it's got cutting things, pens, pencils, glue, rubber bands, whatever I could possibly need is inside of this nice yellow case. And then here are the pins that I mentioned having already stuck onto their backs. And then inside this box are all of the grab bags we made yesterday. Aren't they cute? Just a little bit of branding. I would get questions about these a lot when I did grab bags last year, like what's inside and can I buy more than one? And I wanted to basically warn people, like, kind of don't buy more than one because there's just not that much variation between the bags. And I wanted them to know basically what was inside. This is actually not a box that I am bringing with me. This is just overstock of packaging materials. This box I am in fact bringing with me, which is full of graphic novels, books, and zines. I am going to have to bring another box full of Bee Haunteds is my plan, but this should be enough witching hours and sketchies and whatnot to last me through the weekend. I assume, but I do have the option to come home and restock, which is great between Saturday and Sunday, so I will be bringing this yellow box with me. It does tend to get a bit battered, but I don't know. It's a nice box, and why transfer into less nice cardboard box when current cardboard box do? I think that's basically the tour. Down there in that plastic bin, that is the tote bags. So the tote bags and all of the product, the best case scenario is for it all to be as arms reachable as possible, so I will be attempting to set up the table to have lots of space behind it. Probably not as much as that Otafest, but enough that I can have things easily accessible without having to dip up and down constantly. And of course, I do a lot of my products self-serve, where customers can take it directly off of the table and just give it to me to package up for them and get the payment. So yeah, all I gotta do is pack this stuff into my suitcases and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And then I will be heading up in just a few hours to do setup over at the Vancouver Roundhouse. One more thing I nearly forgot, I have to whip up a few more signs. So those are a work in progress. We'll get them printed, we'll get them cut out, and then we will pack the suitcase. Okay, all right, we're just gonna do, in most of the videos, this part is like the longest, so this time we're just make it really nice. Just leave a little bit of room over there, just pop it there though. Build, put the totes here.
That's what yours.
Once those are connected, add 3 more.
And this will go.
Oh, it's so cute. Yeah, yeah.
Do you go to the Boston game?
No.
Oh, my chance been ill for.
Has he now? Seems stable? Seems pretty good to me. Maybe they're doing a timeout, yeah.
So you're trying to last 10 minutes. What's the play? You're beating it. You felt like an
I used to have so many pink ones, and I totally stopped using them in my room. It's crazy. Yeah, it's really weird. It's totally unintentional. Thank you. You've done so well. You didn't fall over. Good morning, everyone. So, you know, today is an important day because I had my requisite stress dream. I dreamt that I got in this morning and my table had been deconstructed and someone else was in my place and no one could give me another table or any answers. So let's hope that that is not the case when I get in today. Just finishing up a few things at home, getting my bag packed to go, and we will be on our way shortly. My God, the bar is so high. I love VanCAF. It really brings out people who don't do a lot of other events and allows for comics creators to be specifically highlighted, people who make zines. My favorite, I am prepared to buy something off of probably almost every single table that is in here, so hopefully I'll get a chance to go shopping tomorrow and we can browse together. But T-minus, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes before we open, and I am ready to go. Of course, thank you. Of course, take your time. There's plenty to explore. How are you this weekend? Good to see you again.
Can I do this print?
Yes.
And the black cat.
And the all black hat? Perfect. Would you like a little bag for your print?
Yes, please.
Awesome. $26.25 with tax. You can have. Would you like a receipt for that?
No, thank you.
And there you go, please.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. Happy VanCAF. The art book. So there's two different editions. This is from 2020 and 2021, and then this one's 2022.
Let's do 2022.
Okay, sounds good. Alrighty, amazing. Thank you so much. Do you want to pay with card?
Yes. Okay, let me just bring you
Up there. All together, $75.60 with the tax. Take your time.
That's for you.
Oh my God.
I have a bunch of extra art books, so I brought them with me.
Well, do you want a copy of the?
If we're for free,
100%. I can't accept your without something in exchange.
I don't do cards anymore, so I just have like a bunch of
Yeah, merchandise sitting around. Perfect. This is for you. Thank you so much. So nice to see you. Did you need a receipt?
No.
Okay. And enjoy your VanCAF. See you around. You want a little bag today? Okay, sounds good. And pay with card? Of course. Just a little tax will be $15.75. And can I get a receipt for you today?
Oh, God.
Enjoy. Yeah, you can. His name is Nori. He's the tuxedo cat you see everywhere, and he's the bane of my existence, but I love him to bits.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah. Show me your cats. I am here to see cat photos. Bye. How are you? Excellent.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely. Can I get you a bag for it? Yes, of course. And anything else for you today?
I think that'll be it.
Oh yeah, spread the love. Hey, how you doing? I know you are. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Can't complain. Already off to a good start, and it's picking up. VanCAF is happening. Only comes once a year, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I went for a walk before the show opened, and I was like, yeah, I think about 75% of these tables I could buy something from. And Mark is gonna come help me out tomorrow.
That's good to know, actually.
I'm gonna park him here, and I'm gonna go for a walk. We'll see how he fares.
While you're thinking. Yes. Can I get my bite?
I bite? So, we have 3 things. Do you want a little baggie for these 2?
No, I'm good.
No? Okay. I will bring you up there. And that one is a zine all about making friends with cats in your neighborhood. Yeah. My favorite hobby. Thank you. I like your button collection. Are you building onto it this weekend? Yeah, very nice. You know, as an introvert, the 2 days of being extroverted and excited is really intense. So when I came in here to set up, I didn't make eye contact with anybody. I'm like, tomorrow, we get to talk tomorrow. Yes, exactly. I just got home. I did go to the Canucks watch party over at the arena after the game, but it did not go well. So Canucks in 7 on Monday. Let's go. But it could not damper my spirits because I had, of course, a absolutely marvelous day at VanCAF. If you did not watch my VanCAF video from last year, you may not know that VanCAF is the best show for me every year. I always feel so at home, and it's like, at some shows that you may have seen throughout the eras here, no noodles for you, Nori. I don't feel like my audience is, 100% of the people who are at the con, whether that's like an anime show or maybe more of like a beige market like we've talked about before. Yes, Nori, would you like some of my water? But at this market and at Weirdos Market from last holiday season, it is like 100%. Everybody who is there at the convention, at the market, are my people. And I just feel so like welcome and comfortable and yeah, at home. And I think this is the 7th year that I've done VanCAF, or maybe the 8th, honestly. Which has given me wrinkles to think about. I didn't mention in the beginning that not only did I have nightmares about all of my stuff like being taken off of my table, but I also was really worried that for whatever reason, like this VanCAF would not be as successful as the previous 2 had been. And I am delighted to report that is not the case. Now, I don't know if I wanna spoil the surprise ending where we talk about how things went, so I think I'll keep it to myself for now, but let's just say it's just a testament to finding your audience. Like I've talked about this in my previous con vlogs, in my like how to do art markets vlogs. Like you have to find your people, you have to find the places that you are getting the most return for the effort that you're putting in. And I want to make it clear, I could not do that without you guys, without the good people of Vancouver supporting me and what I do. I feel very lucky to have people who want to support my art. I feel eternally grateful to all of the people who are willing to buy, to chat, even though there's often not a lot of time to chat when I am on the floor at VanCAF. Or even just to leave a nice comment on a YouTube video or an Instagram post or what have you. So yeah, even though the Canucks lost tonight, we are feeling grateful and we have a whole nother day ahead of us. So yeah.
by us because I think a lot of the it's like a lot of the older contract work, a lot of people just got kicked off.
Sorry?
I can never get them.
Yes, and the stickers are exclusive to the sticker club and in-person events.
Yeah.
So they're extra special.
Excited that there are stickers that I love.
Yes, thank you.
I have my stickers later.
Of course, you gotta do your rounds. Thank you. Great, Tabby. Yes. I always have different stuff every year, but I'm always here. I'll just get it packaged up for you. And did you want to do cash or card? Got it. And what can I grab for you? And that's the last one. Little sleeve for you. And there you are. And if you need business cards, they're just on the end there as well. I follow. You already follow me. How about some little gift stickers then as a thank you? Yeah, that I do pet portraits, like custom ones. So I only have my cat that I painted, which is that one. But I do the custom pet portraits as well.
You can start making your way over to the Performance Center for the next panels.
It's VanCAF. It only comes once a year.
Basically just going to Etsy, but IRL.
And no shipping.
Yeah, and no shipping, and also Etsy's like free shipping now.
Yeah, I know. It's like so hard.
It makes me so sad because it's so hard to find artists that are local that you can actually support now.
And like AI art is also just like flooding the platform. Yeah.
I actually bought some on Etsy, and then I cleared it, and I was like, this is AI.
No.
It was so
It happens to the best of us. You are so welcome. Thank you for coming back again. Have a fun VanCAF. Oh my god, thank you. So cute. Have a great one. Yeah, so this is my sketches from my sketchbook. So I put myself on the cover. You can look at it for sure. Zines are just an excuse to info dump, and I love that. It's my favorite thing. Patches are really fun. I wanted to make more designs, but we just get busy. But I love them, and not a lot of people have embroidered patches at all.
No, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
All right, VanCAF, it is 5 o'clock. This means the market is officially closed. The event is officially over. Thank you all to the public for coming. We ask that you please leave the premises.
All right, everybody, that wraps up VanCAF 2024. And if you ask me, it was all over too soon. This is the only con where I really wouldn't mind if we tacked an extra day on, because 7 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday, just doesn't feel like enough VanCAF. And that is 4 of 5 over 7 weekends down. We have one more convention coming up in 2 weeks, which is the Vancouver Tattoo Expo, which is gonna be its own whole thing. We will see how that goes. But for now, let's wrap up things with VanCAF. One of the things that was the best about this weekend is somehow, by the grace of God, I was so well rested the entire weekend. I feel like the night before setup and then electing, sadly, not to have a dinner with my friends on the Saturday night, getting home after the hockey thing and then resetting and getting a full night's sleep for the next day may have all been a part of it, but whatever it was that meant that I was not exhausted the whole time, 2 thumbs up to that. And there was something about this one that didn't feel as chaotic as last VanCAF, because let me tell you, it is so busy there. The fact that it is only 7 hours and then 2 days means that you get more density than like the spread of action you might get over a 10-hour day. And it really does mean like back-to-back conversations, back-to-back sales, and last year I remember feeling so overwhelmed and totally out of my mind, but this weekend less so. I don't know if that's because I'm like more practiced, having done so many recently and so many in general, or what, but yep, we're just gonna go ahead and be thankful for that. Now, one thing you may have noticed that was a little bit different about this show I did wear a mask. That is because VanCAF they request that the vendors wear masks, and you know what? I'm not gonna say no to something as simple as that. It's pretty easy for me to throw one on. I do have relatively bad hearing, so unfortunately, it means that some of the conversations I was having with people, I'm like leaning in and like doing this because it's so loud in there, just to be able to make out what they say. One thing about the pandy that I revealed about myself is I do a lot of lip reading in order to understand what people are saying, and with the, you know, coverage, it's a little bit more difficult. That, and I also got a little zit, and I don't get a lot of zits these days, but that's just a sacrifice I guess I was willing to make. And all things said and done, I totally expected to get sick after OdaFest last weekend, so the fact that I did not get sick after OdaFest and am not sick now after VanCAF, pretty good considering how much exposure to the general public I've had. That's kind of more than I normally would. Another thing that I felt was really successful about this market was my display. I'm very proud of how the display came out for this one. The images that you saw at the beginning, I did end up revising it over the Saturday to Sunday. Like, for example, I decided to remove a couple of the books that I had on display because I felt like maybe people were getting a little bit overwhelmed with how much there was, and like not feeling incentivized to look through them. Because I definitely felt that I sold less books this weekend than I did last year at the same weekend, but it's hard to say exactly why. I thought I would sell more cat safaris. I definitely sold a handful of cat safaris, but I still have tons left, so coming soon. And I really love that they put me on an end cap. That's the second year I've been in exactly the same spot, and I was able to utilize the outside of my table to put my tote bags on, because the tote bags are like, that's the thing that it's hard to find a place on the table for, especially when it's a 6-foot table. So usually I put them behind me on my curtain display, but it's really cramped behind the table at VanCAF, so there's no room for the curtain display. So it was like very fortunate that I was able to take advantage of that side space. So if you do happen to get lucky, you are at a market and your table is at the end of an aisle or at the end cap of an aisle, be sure to take advantage of the external space on the table. Sorry, the cat is walking around, causing the table to shake. So this is the moment that you've all been waiting for. I teased it in the middle. How dare I tease you? I teased it in the title, and now I am here to tell you what VanCAF did for me. So last weekend at OdaFest, that was a 28-hour convention, 28 hours on the floor, 3 whole days. And I alluded to, but I didn't mention directly, that I made $3,700 in sales over those 3 days, which isn't bad at all. I generally average about $1,000 in sales per day of a market. That's kind of what I've come to expect. But it was less than I was hoping to make for a show where I had a commitment of travel. And I always hear that these anime conventions are where it's at, and that, you know, 5 figures is not unheard of levels of sales. That does not seem to be manifesting for me. However, VanCAF, day 1, I sold more than I did at 3 days at OdaFest. So talking about what I was talking about before, it is really all about finding your market. And over the 2 days, I was able to break last year's previously set sales record, which was also VanCAF. So my sales for the 2 days at VanCAF were $7,500. Now, don't tell anybody, because that's insane. I really don't know what it is about this show in particular. I don't know if it's the fact that I've been going for 7 years. I don't know if it's the fact that it's one of the only local Vancouver big shows that I actually do anymore. I do know that the people that are there clearly love stickers, clearly love tote bags, clearly love cats. And I'm really grateful to continue to be allowed back as a vendor by the organization. It's obviously a really good show for me, and my final thank you would be to all of you who would come out and buy something from me there to support me, because it's not like I am making those sales. Those sales are happening because of the support that I am getting from, like I mentioned, the good people of Vancouver. So yeah, it's not a brag. I'm not trying to brag. I am just trying to show you that there's like a ton of variation from show to show, and a lot of what you get out of a show is kind of outside of your control. So I think that if you do a show and you find yourself disappointed, try not to be too hard on yourself. I always say that self-criticism is really valuable, but you don't want to beat yourself up. Your self-criticism should be as productive as possible. So you want to like question the things things that you can control, like your display, like your products, like the way that you present yourself at the market. But even with consideration of all those things that you do control, there are always going to be factors outside of your control, and you can't necessarily blame yourself for those. Post VanCAF, I am big Z's, I will admit. Monday, Tuesday, and it is Wednesday now. I am feeling it. I don't have another market for 2 weeks, so that's great. I have a little bit of time to restock some of the stuff that I didn't notice that I sold out of, and otherwise prepare for the Tattoo Expo. I do not know how that's going to go. Stay tuned, because it has been a slightly larger investment than I usually would make into a market, but I really just wanted to try it out and see what would happen. In other news, I am also working on opening my shop, because after this coming market, I only have 2 in the summer, and it would be awesome to continue to turn merchandise so I can continue to make more merchandise. And people have been asking in the videos on Instagram for like when I am going to open my shop, and I meant to do it back in April. It didn't happen, and now I had to kind of like wait until this super busy period is over. I don't put the sticker sheets up in the store because they are exclusive to my Lunchbox Club over on Patreon, but everything else I'm gonna try to put the pins and the tote bags and whatever, so hopefully you'll be able to get your hands on it. I believe I promised you guys a haul. I am gonna tuck that away at the very end of the video. I'm gonna show off all the stuff that I bought, because I bought a lot of stuff. And I do want to roll credits real quick. I want to thank everyone over on Patreon who is in my snack pack, who is in my Lunchbox Club, who is in my Big Lunch Club, because these are the people who are directly supporting me. Their ongoing support is what allows me to continue to make these videos, pumping them out almost every single week. Just putting this video together took me about a day and a half to go through all the footage and get it all compiled, edited, record this, edit this, thumbnails, yada yada. And that time spent during the week wouldn't be possible without the support of these people here. And in exchange, you get all kinds of fun stuff. As a snack pack member, you can have access to my Discord, to my secret shop. There are digital downloads, there are extra videos, podcasts, newsletters. I do my best to spoil my patrons as rotten as I possibly can. And if you wanted to pledge at one of the higher tiers, there are mailable rewards, including the sticker sheets designed monthly. This month, we are just wrapping up the Ghoul School theme, which is my nod to Monster High, something I have been really into lately. We have 2 alternate sticker sheets available, and if you do want to get both sticker sheets, you can upgrade to the Big Lunch Club, where you get both sticker sheets as well as 2 extra gigantic vinyl stickers. And every month I design a full little package of goods all on the specific theme that gets mailed right to your door for, I think, a relatively reasonable price. So do consider joining these people in my snack pack, lunchbox, or Big Lunch Club if you enjoyed the videos that I make. Whew. Now that that is over with, let's get to the overhead and I can show you everything I bought at VanCAF this year. Okay guys, I'm going to do my best to properly attribute every single item here to the creator. If I fail to mention it with my words, I will do my best to find it and show it to you on the screen. So I'm gonna start with this item. This is a tote bag with a lovely, it seems like vinyl iron-on design. I am such a sucker for like a what's in my bag style, and you know what? I was shopping and I needed something to hold all of this stuff in. I will start with the small things. We have an adorable pair of clay earrings in the shape of hands, a little black cat enamel pin from Clue Arts, who is a friend of mine. I believe these 3 stickers are from Gino Shu, who I met at the show this time. This is a Shrinky Dink magnet from Pure Foolery, who is a tattoo artist who did this one for me. 3 stickers from Local Rascal, big fan. 2 stickers from Little Ocean Art. 2 stickers from Naomi Fong, really big fan of this one because I constantly mention how I don't drive, and this was made specifically for me, clearly. Emo Boy sticker sheet from my friend Mel, who I actually don't know their handle. We're gonna figure it out. And I don't know if it was just me, but I didn't find a ton of stickers this time, so let's move on to books. This is Dunderella's How to Win a 30-Day Drawing Challenge, which I think I've maybe completed once, so I'm sure that I'm gonna learn something from this little zine. We have Casey the Golden's Prickle and Pear Volume 2. I got Volume 1 last year, and I'm excited to see what these 2 get up to this time. This is the only print I grabbed. It is a lino cut print, as well as I can tell, and it is just gorgeous. I know the person. I can't remember their handle. It is on the screen now. Underneath, we have Hello Kitty, which is a Hugh Vember zine, which is a bunch of beautiful illustrations of cats. Hello. This is a sketchbook collection, something I am always a sucker for. I obviously release my own, so I love seeing other people's as well, and you know, this person is going pretty hard. Looks a little nicer than a sketchbook, if you ask me. Snapshots of watercolor. This is one of 2 Animal Crossing zines that I bought. You know, I haven't been playing as much lately, but it still holds a place in my heart. Up next is Buried. This is by my friend Emma. This is apparently a bit of a bummer, but you know what? We sometimes need to confront our feelings in the form of art, don't we? 1000 Dead Draculas, that's a bit of a mouthful, also known as Natasha Petrovic, is a comic artist who I don't think is from Vancouver, but always comes to VanCAF, and I try and pick up something each time I see them because their style is so cool. Here's the next Animal Crossing zine from Ilsa Zhang. I was kind of just getting into the flow of just grabbing anything that I thought sounded cute, and yep, you can suck me in with an Animal Crossing zine, that's for sure. This is Risa Hugo's Cocoon. It's actually a little art book. Absolutely gorgeous work. This is not an artist that I was aware of before, but I'm already a big fan. And again, just kind of mad dash grabbing everything that looked appealing to me because I had already made a bunch of money on day one. The Great Birder Murder by Steph Kenzie. Birds, cats, good art, comic. Sure, let's give it a go. We have a triad of books about slime molds. I think that these are scientific in nature and info dumpy at worst. So here we have A Taste of Whistler. Another very easy way to convince me to buy your thing is to make it about food. Food zines are one of my favorites to collect, and I'd love to go to Whistler sometime soon, so maybe this can guide my way. Our last little zine, this is My Ideas on Sauce by my friend Carmen. This was her first time putting together a comic/book. I'm really proud of her and excited. Now to show off the 2 larger books, Let's Add Oil is by Yuki. It is also a cooking related book, but it is, come on, look at this. This is a thing of beauty. And this was something I saw at VanCAF last year, but by the time I got to it, it was sold out end of the day Sunday. And so when I saw that she had them in stock this time, had to take it home. And lastly, we have The Coal Cinder. This is another absolutely amazing art book by an artist I was not familiar with either. Very, very different, obviously, from the kind of art that I make, but that's kind of the most exciting thing about finding an artist is you can synthesize and learn and take in what they do and apply it to your own work in its own way. So thank you for taking a look at everything that I bought at VanCAF. We will see if I can manage to get through all of these books before VanCAF next year. I notoriously hoard books. I have literally books from the 7 years that I have been going to VanCAF and more. And you know what? I treasure every single one of them. So thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you somehow haven't already, please like, please subscribe. I will be back next week with more super fun stuff, some sort of vlog, I think, haven't quite decided. And until then, stay sparkly. Don't let the cruel world dull your shine. I will see you next time. Bye.